Hey everybody, who does not like bumblebees? Well, today I'm going to do a hidden paperclip project with the theme of bumblebees. I'm Christi with Christisecreations, a chainmail and mixed media artist, also left-handed for those who might need to know. So these are just some inspiration, and let's get started. So in your kits, you're going to have 3 of this style right here. You know what? Give me 1 second. Y'all are a little close. Let's make that a little easier for you to see the whole page. There we go. That's a lot better. So we have 3 of these right here. I have some of these pre-prepped to make things a little easier as we move along. So I'm going to fold down both here, and there's a seam right here to fold and a seam right here to fold. I'm just going to fold those down where the patterns stay outside. You notice I went a little crooked, sorry, my tongue tied today. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, next we're going to leave that part up again, and we're going to work on this bottom part right here. So you have the paperclip part, and then you have this bottom piece. We're working on that bottom piece, where you literally are just going to glue it down to the white side. For this, I'm just running some stick glue. I'm going to press it down. That will, so if you don't have it in, it shows a little. If you're not using it, I mean, if it shows some. Now we're just going to fold the top part down, and we're going to add our paper clip. Sometimes I add the paper clip this way, and then sometimes I add it this way. It is really up to you what you want to do. Next, you have 3 sheets that look like this right here. Go ahead and play with your paper clips. After you get all 3 sets like this, you can make your color combinations. I've already pre-done some of this, so I have my color combinations, so y'all don't have to wait hours on me to glue. First thing first, there's a seam right here we're going to fold down on. And this will be glued on top of here, like that right there. So I'm actually only going to glue here, down the side, here, but also reinforce this fold with some glue. I'm leaving this side open to create some hidden pockets. Because this has multiple pockets, but I'm adding more to it. Why not make it more fun? So hopefully the glue I'm using, that is completely white, will show up for y'all on the camera. I can kind of see it on my end when I look at my camera. Hopefully y'all can as well. And you can see I did not do perfect there. That's okay, it sometimes happens. And I'm just going to do a glob across here as well. Sometimes with this particular glue I have to, okay, give me 1 second. There's something that decided to clog the tip. With this particular glue, I just run something down to clean out the tip and get my glue again. There we go. And now I'm going to put this on. I'm going to personally try to line it up to the middle. You do not have to. You can put it on the edge if you prefer. I've always preferred going in the middle. I did my best of my abilities. There we go. And then press down. Normally, depending on your glue, I will recommend something to hold it down. But this one needs to set and glue, so I'm going to put it to the side. Now I have this one here that I've already pre-glued. It has the pocket also. And 2 of the folders. So you'll notice the folders are different sizes. So we need 1 of each size. And somehow on this pattern I picked this front and back the same. So first off, we're going to fold the tabs down. And that is all I'm doing right here. one's done. If you have a bone creaser, it's a good idea to use if you want to. But I want to show you how you can do it with just your hands and not extra tools. The only things I really feel you need for this one is some scissors and glue. So I may feel there's more options, but that's all I really feel you need for this tutorial. All right, so personally when I do with tabs, I put the bottom tab inside and the top ones out so that it gives it a little easier and it does not snag on things when you glue it down. Now this one I may sometimes will use liquid glue, tape, and so forth, but today I'm just grabbing being a very pain in the bull. Okay. I'm sorry I'm off screen. I'm trying to clean my glue bottle tip again. I'm not sure what's going on here. I have not had this much issues in a while. There we go. One glob and dried up. Well, that's okay. I am reaching over. It's going to take me 1 second because I do not have it prepped. And get another, so sometimes I'd use my tape runner, but since I'm already working with glue, I do not want to add glue. So I'm just going to pull another option out. That is a good glue as well. So I don't use it that often, but it's the my sweet petunia glue variation, where this will actually squeeze the bottle for me and I'll get the glue out better. I'm not sure how long this one dries compared to what I normally use. So I'm kind of glad I prepped some ahead of time because it's been a while since I've used this glue. And right now I can tell you the weather's changing in my area. So right now I'm going to take the small one and place it up here on top because I have plans for decor at the bottom here that I'll show you in a few. I'm going to flip to the back. Okay. This one's a little wiggly. I'm going to have to be very careful while I held this one down because I did not grab my clips with the glue I had planned to use. So we're just going to hold that for a second. Okay, that looks like it's stuck. For the next one, I'm just going to use a tape runner so y'all can see the difference. A tape runner or some double-sided tape. Just fold that down so they're already pre-stuck. And just run it on each side. Makes it a lot quicker. But I know not everyone has it. So I try not to add that into my stuff. I'm putting this one right here up at in about the middle of this one. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a while because I'm worried about that glue. Like I said, it's been a while since I used it. Luckily, I like to prep ahead. Now this one has not set as long as I quite would preferred, but we're gonna make it do. So up here where I left a little gap, well, let me rephrase this. We're at the decor part. So I'm gonna put some words there. I'm gonna fold one of these folders, put in with it, and just do the decorations. So if you're at this part and you want to go on and do your own style, go ahead. Otherwise, go ahead and hang out. I'm going to put this word as bloom. I'm just going to glue it right across the bottom there. I never use the big words or the bumblebees big bumblebees. I use the small ones because I can never figure out what to do with them. So if you have an idea, I would love to have your comments on it so I can maybe learn how to use them differently in this product. Okay, so that is glued down. Now, what I personally do is I take, we have enough tabs to do 2 tags with each one. So I'm randomly grabbing 2 tags. A bumblebee, of the smaller size in one of these. I'm going to grab my hole punch, which is We Are a Memory Keeper, one of the variations, and I'm going to punch some holes. I'm using the 3/16 hole punch for option here. And I'm doing them in everything I pulled out. I didn't realize my ruler part was that close up front, so I needed to move it a little. Probably for something I was punching the other day. So the little tiny bumblebee, I'm just going to do the wing. And I'm going to do it kind of in the, where it has enough support to be a good use. Let me get this last one here. Alright, so the only downside about this particular hole punch is you can see how the paper pieces here. That is my only downside to the hole punch. Alrighty, so I have 2 ribbons pre-cut at 8 inches. I'm going to fold them in half. I am going to take one of my tags, run through it first. Now I can stop here and just tie it off, or I can take something else like the bumblebee. I put a hole punch in. And now remember, this is all paper at this point. Now I'm going to take my thumb, make a hole. Take what I call the tails, run it through the hole, the tails of the ribbon through the hole, and then pull. I did that backwards than I normally do, but that's okay. That's still cute. So we have one done. I will do these 2 together, and I will do the exact same thing, except instead of running the tail through the back this time, I'm going to run the loop through the front of both of these, which I should have done with the other and I wasn't thinking. Make my hole and run the ribbon tails through. And so there we go. So I'm going to take the part I folded, I'm going to flip this one over and put it on the back in the pocket. Also in my extra hidden panel pocket, I'm going to slide this set of tags right here. Or actually, you know what? We could add that word right there. No. Let's add these. Alrighty. I'm going to leave this kind of like out like that right now. And in the front, I'm going to take the other tag and slide it in the bumblebee in. And that is how I make the hidden paper clips. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And I hope you can I'm tongue-tied. If you have any questions, please drop them. Any ideas of how you use the other decor, I'd love to hear them. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in one of my future videos. Bye, everybody.